Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon. Today I will continue with my asynchronous video teaching. Okay, with chapter 3.2. Okay, identify the use of classic firewall to mitigate a network attack. Okay, in this chapter you will learn these are 4 sub-chapter, which is explain the use of firewall to secure network, various type of firewall, how to configure a classic firewall, and design configuration to implement firewall technologies. So the first one, you need to secure firewall, you need to know what is a firewall. So the definition of firewall, so all firewall basically is should be resistant to attack. And firewall should be the only transit point between a network, because the traffic flow through the firewall. And it's also enforce the access control policy, means access come and outgoing from the firewall. So usually firewall, you can put it at the boundary of the network or between the boundary and the internal lah. So as you can see here, the firewall put with iOS firewall here. This one is router without iOS firewall. Alright, so benefit and limitation of firewall. So basically, firewall, because the firewall implement the control policy, for data access, it allow traffic from any external address to the web server. We can also allow traffic to FTP server, we can allow to SFTP server, we can also allow to internet and IMAP server. So IMAP is usually for email. At the same time, we can deny all inbound traffic, which matching internal restricted IP address. So what is our internal IP address? So we can deny. We can also deny traffic server from external addresses. Like example, one of the server, outside server, we know that is one of the it has been classified, might be one of the source of the botnet. So we can deny all that IP server, because it's an external address. We can deny ICMP equal request. ICMP equal request. Why should we deny? So sometimes we don't want the outside network to know that the server, the IP is live. So we need to deny. This is as a security measure lah. So we can deny Active Directory, MSQL port, and also local broadcast. Alright. So type of firewall, so basically there are 4 type of firewall. Which is packet filtering. So packet filtering basically firewall with a router. So this one in layer 3 and 4. Application gateway firewall. So application gateway firewall usually is processed between layer 3, 4, 5 and 7. So that's why we call it application, because it can also cater for layer 7. Stateful firewall. So stateful firewall 3, 4 and 5, and NAT firewall. So NAT firewall, as you can see, is almost the same with packet filtering firewall. The difference is NAT firewall, it can do a network address translation. But packet firewall, packet filtering, this is a firewall yang biasa. So this one cannot, usually don't do a network address. This one lah, NAT. They don't do the NAT, network address translation. Alright. So let's see. So in packet filtering firewall, usually it's done in network layer 3 and layer 4. So basically, what packet filtering can do is they can deny and allow traffic based on source IP, destination IP, protocol, source port, destination port, and packet receipt. Okay, so basically for packet firewall, this actually is a router firewall. Okay, a router with some capability, some a little bit capability to filter, okay, and access firewall, and access data to the firewall lah, for the traffic. Okay, alright. So stateful firewall. What is stateful firewall? So stateful firewall usually a firewall with uh, uh, with a router capability, but they have additional function, which is they can go up until the session. So as you can see here, stateful firewall is much more powerful. Why? Because it can know, okay, it can know the session between the destination and the receiver. Okay, as you can see here, for the packet filtering, it's only until the transport. Okay, so for this one, they can do at transport, but at the same time, this stateful firewall can have information on the layer 5, okay, not only layer 3 and 4. So it's much better lah. Okay, so as you can see here, stateful firewall operation, okay, they can know the source port, destination port, and they can know the state of the traffic. Okay, either is a synchronized request. Okay, so this is the benefit. So stateful, usually most of the company use stateful lah. Okay, why? Because in terms of defense, it have a strong packet filtering. Okay, that it also have performance over packet filter, and it can also defend against spoofing and DOS attack. Okay, and the data log is much more better. Okay, but the limitation, there is no application layer inspection. Okay, the only layer 3, 4 and 5. Okay, but stateful firewall is better than packet filtering firewall. Okay, packet filtering firewall is the most basic firewall, so this one is a little bit better. Okay, the problem is for the stateful firewall, the limitation, it also don't support for authentication. Okay, so for the next generation firewall now still, okay, they should have identification and visibility and control with the application. Should be able to restrict web and web application based on reputation of the site. Well, this is very important. Okay, why? Because some of the site might be used for a droplet of a Trojan or malware or ransomware. So this particular site should be reviewed with the reputation. So with the next generation firewall, okay, the firewall may be able to filter all these site address. Okay, also proactive protection against internal threat. Okay, then also must have able to enforce policy based on user device role, application type and trick. Okay, have a performance of net VPN. Okay, and use of IPS. So IPS mean intrusion prevention system. So let's say they uncover some of attack. Okay, they can detect some of attack, it should be prevented. Okay, alright, so classic firewall. This is a classic firewall. This is basically the simple firewall that have been used, okay, for all long time. Okay, so basically for the classic firewall, okay, you have a network here. Okay, so this is a protected internal network. Okay, when the user initial accession, okay, the firewall will have a table for rules table. So you can see, okay, is the access session should be allowed or should be blocked. Okay, so from the inside it should be permitted. Okay, but from the outside it should be locked. So as can you see here, any SSH session from outside here, okay, this one there are two, okay, using different interface, this will be blocked. But for SS session from the inside, okay, it will be permitted. Okay, so this is the classic firewall. So this is example in a Cisco network. So I can see here, the first thing is request of SSH request to leave the network. Say let's say to this particular IP. So the iOS in this router will compare packet type to inspect the rules. So they have a rules here, firewall rules. Okay, so then it will determine should the SSH should be tracked or not. Okay, then it will put together or add information to the state type of the SSH session and add a dynamic entry to import SL. If let's say, alright, the connection is allowed. Okay, if the connection is not allowed based on table of the rules table, if it should not be allowed, it will be dropped. Okay, so let's say it is allowed. So when the session is terminated by client, the router will remove the state entry and dynamic SEL entry. Okay, so this is the example lah. Okay, as you can see here, this is a firewall in iOS lah. Means a router, Cisco router with the capability of access list control. Okay, so first choose the internal or external interface, then configure SCL for each interface, and define inspection rule and apply off inspection rule to an interface. So as you can see here, this is example. Alright, this is destination port, this is source port. So from the source port, this particular link will be inside. When it go to the destination, the outside, then this will be outside. Why? Because it go from inside to the outside. Okay, in this router. So like this example, okay, the IP, okay, inspect name is WF rule SSH. Mean in this particular SEL, they want to deny or allow the SSH connection, SSH. So let's say they use the extended, this one extended, this is IPv4 inside. Okay, the name is inside. Then permit any connection from any source to any destination equal to 22, so equal to SSH. But they deny all any traffic lah. Okay, then it apply to this particular interface G0/0, which is they use the command IPS group inside, because this is the name inside. In means inside. Okay, inspect this one lah. Alright, for this one particular, for this interface G01, this is outside. So what you need to do is still use the extended. Okay, outside, name outside, then deny any IP. Why? Because we don't want any IP from outside to go to this port, to the internal. So we need to deny all IP. Okay, then we apply in the gigabit 01. Okay, use the inside in. So when the outside traffic want to use SSH to the router, inside here they will be denied. Okay, but if let's say the internal IP want to use the SSH get to the outside, it will be it will be allowed. Okay, so as you can see here, allowed lah. Alright.